All right, babies, it's that time again. Oh yeah, baby. I take a shower after the gym, so the hair is what it is. So yeah, I forgot about the time change today. So I was like all ready to go to church. And then I was like, what? I have 90 minutes? So I'm like, well, I might as well get my hour cardio in. Yeah, baby. So, and I ate like a pig yesterday, so gotta get that cardio in today. Anyhow, which I do every weekend, in case anyone's wondering. How do you look like this? Oh, baby. Hour cardio, then an hour strength training. On the weekends. During the week, just an hour strength training. All right. So, we're in Genesis, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, and I've been checking out some videos on YouTube about the symbolism in Genesis. It's all over the place, baby. Not a lot of literal stuff going on. Now, having said that, don't second guess God. I mean, He is the creator of the universe. If He wants to make something out of nothing, that's His fort. Not forte, fort. That's how you pronounce that word. Check it out. But anyway, so we believe God for miracles. And we wouldn't put it past Him to take a rib out of Adam and make a woman. But probably not. So where were we after that? So we're talking about the knowledge of eating of the knowledge of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And yeah, at some point, like God says, like after they eat the fruit, He's like, now they are like us, which is interesting, right? It's kind of a polytheistic reference there. And I think if you check out the early history of the area, I think it wasn't until several hundred or maybe 1,000 years that Israel became monotheistic. So it's not surprising that they're referring to the God is referring to Himself as us. So there's that. And then of course Christians, looking back on it, look at that as like a sign of the evidence of the Trinitarian Godhead, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So there's something there for everybody. But yeah, just the idea that God would say, now that they've eaten this fruit, they're like us. Like, why would you be keeping your creation from being like you? Again, not sounding real literal, right? Not too logical. So then you have to look at, which you have to do, I guess, most of Genesis, if not all of it, because even Abraham, there's no evidence that Abraham even existed. So he'll be coming around the corner. And then, of course, there's the extra people show up, you know, when it's just supposed to be Adam and Eve and their kids, Cain and Abel, and then all of a sudden there's other people. So yeah, that's a curious thing. So you have to think about, like, why is that? What's the big issue about knowing good and evil? Well, I guess the best way I can put it together at this point until the Spirit of God teaches me differently, which is always a lovely thing. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep rambling. It's like when you walk out of the house and you're met with this gorgeous temperature and a lovely gentle breeze, like this morning. So balmy out. I could be out there in these things. Which I did. Just wore this straight to the gym because it's so darn sexy. So yeah, you're met with this gorgeous breeze, nice temperature. It's like, feels like it came out of nowhere, right? Well, it's just because you were inside all night, but you catch my drift. Literally. So God is that way, is what I'm trying to say. So when I say the Holy Spirit will illuminate the meaning of these passages to me at the appointed time, I'm not saying that flippantly. I'm saying that out of experience. I've been doing this for about 45 years, off and on as far as my seriousness, but a lot of that has been very serious and focused. That's why I could kind of come out of my stupor and immediately jump back into the water. Yeah, God will inform me at the right time of what meaning He wants me to glean from this passage. But until then, for right now, I'm saying it's a story to make sense out of God's judgment against sin. And because we disobeyed His command, saying, don't eat this fruit. And we did. Then it puts us at enmity with God. And sure enough, He banishes us from the paradise experience of being with Him in complete peace. So we get banned for this action. For eating a specific fruit? No, for choosing our own way, so to speak. And so there's that moral tale. And sure enough, you could go through my entire life and I'll show you all the times that I went my own way and what it ended up looking like. It ended up looking like I was banished from paradise. So there you have it, baby. That's the meaning. Now, as far as the knowledge of good and evil, that's a little trickier. So we might have to wait on that one. But I think it has to do with it's kind of God's plan that we go our own way so that we can kind of see our way back to Him is just as lovely as anything you could ever imagine, wherein He's glad to share us His knowledge of good and evil. It's just we need to be in accordance with His step and His way. That's how I'm making sense out of it. It seems it's missing something, because there's something about that knowledge of good and evil and Him not wanting us to have that. That's my best guess. He wanted us to have that experience of coming back to Him and for Him to demonstrate without a shadow of a doubt what His mercy is like and what it feels like to be in His arms forever. Yeah, baby. See you next time.